And the script was against one man's ideology. It was not against the community, was not against anybody else. It is not even against the man. Junaid की जो dialogue है कि मुझे तो इनके साथ
I really like Sid Sir's past work. Yash Raj probably is the biggest studio in India today. The story was exciting, and I felt that's probably for everybody, right, in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every part is a new challenge, and every time you have to do your best. I mean, I think that's across the board for like
everything.
For you also, sir, I'm sure. So his own work he's very critical of.
Yeah.
But when he watches something, he doesn't look at it from the eyes, from a critical eye. He looks at it from wanting to love it.
Hello everyone, this is Aina and welcome to Instant Bollywood. I'm in conversation with the cast and maker of Maharaj, Junaid and Siddharth Malhotra. So nice to have you.
Thank you, Aina. Thank you.
Welcome
Thank you
to
so much.
Instant Bollywood. I want to start off by asking you, sir, that what made you say this story so badly and bring it out to the audiences? And what was Adi Chopra's reaction when you actually gave him this script? Because it is a very unusual Yash Raj project. And Junaid, for you, जब आप अपना first project लेते हो, आप बहुत सोच समझ के उस चीज़ में delve करोगे. For you, what made you say yes to this project out of everything that's out there?
So basically, Hichki was also a film which nobody wanted to back for a long time. 5 साल के लिए मैं उस script के साथ जाता गया. Till Adi Chopra only said when he heard it, कि boss ये जिस तरह से तू narrate कर रहा है, ऐसे ही बनाना, and this is a great film.
Yeah.
So that man actually is my angel who actually believes in me and my work. So जब Hichki became a super hit, I was looking for अब next क्या बनाऊँ. Vipul Mehta, he is a Gujarati theatre playwright and a director. Gujarati फिल्में भी बनाई हैं उन्होंने काफ़ी.
Right.
तो विपुल ने एक प्ले बनाई थी महाराज, based on सौरभ शाह's book, गुजराती प्ले. उसके 100 शो हो चुके थे. तो ही से सिद्धू तू आके वो शो देख. तो आई वेंट एंड सॉ द शो एंड डायरेक्टर ने विपुल ये ट्रू स्टोरी है, ये हुआ है क्या? तो इसे हाँ चेकअप महाराज लाइबल केस ऑन विकीपीडिया एंड लुक इट अप. तो मैंने पढ़ना शुरू किया. मालूम पड़ा करसन दास मुलजी की लाइब्रेरी है माथेरान में. ये केस एक्चुअली बॉम्बे में फाइट हुआ है. एंड ये है डेविड गुलायत की कहानी. ये है एक पत्रकार की कहानी. टुडे पीपल आर नॉट मेकिंग स्टोरीज अबाउट जर्नलिस्ट. So it was, for me, here was a common man who was taking down somebody who was as big, or he was literally ruling Bombay, that powerful. So I said, yeah, this is a common man taking down someone so powerful and fighting for women. हम 1862 की बात कर रहे हैं.
Yeah.
हम आज me too करते हैं, ये करते हैं, women protection, women rights, liberation, ये 1862 में वो बंदा औरतों के लिए लड़ रहा है.
Absolutely.
यार ये बंदा सही है.
Right.
He's standing for sati, against child marriage.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Karsan Das Mulji. No, none of us know about Karsan. He's a Gujarati Vaishnav.
Yeah.
And we don't know about him.
Yeah.
I said, this is a story that must be told. So then we, of course, bought the rights of the book. I had not told Adi about it then. And I got Vipul to write it. Then I got Sneha Desai to come in for additional screenplay and dialogues. We worked on the script. We did narrations with their families first. Because they are Vaishnavs.
Right.
तो मैंने सबको बुला के भाई नरेशंस करते हैं. सबको क्या लग रहा है, सही लग रहा है, नहीं लग रहा है. Then we went through edits on the script. And finally then when we narrated to Adi, कि Adi, this is the film I would like to make. See if you believe in it. And when he heard the script, he said this is a brilliant script. He suggested few edits, and then there was no looking back. I mean, he supported me because he knew my intention is. He knew I'm already a sensitive filmmaker.
Yeah.
In Hichki.
Yeah.
And he knew that my intention. I am so respectful to anybody, including a sport boy, that there's no way I'm going to be hurting sentiments. And the script was against one man's ideology. It was not against the community. Was not against anybody else. It is not even against the man. जुनैद की जो डायलॉग है कि मुझे तो इनके साथ कोई व्यक्तिगत बैर भी नहीं है, इनके सोच से प्रॉब्लम है. तो when we had that clear and we knew this is a true life case, this is all happened, then Adi said, I think it's time we back you to tell a story that you really have that fire to tell.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it's taken 5 years to tell it.
That's a long time, and we can see the results.
Yeah.
It's made really well. Junaid, what about for you made you say yes to this? And also the courage of Karsan Das, personally, when I see it, just shocks me because it's in a time where things weren't progressive at all. How did you relate to that courage of Karsan Das as well?
I mean, for me, मैं 2017 से बॉम्बे में थिएटर कर रहा था फिल्मों के लिए. I used to get calls now and then. Go test, go read. When this came about, I mean, I really like Sid Sir's past work. Yash Raj probably is the biggest studio in India today.
Yeah.
The story was exciting, and I felt confident that Sid Sir would tell a sensitive story in a very sensitive way.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. I felt it was a bit of a no-brainer on that one.
Yeah. So I also want to ask you that, like you said, that you did narrations with, within your circle before.
Yeah.
But still, जब धर्म की बात आती है कहीं ना कहीं, you don't know today we are staying in woke times. किस पार्ट पे किसको क्या offense लग जाएगा आज हमको नहीं.
That I've been made to realize now.
Yeah.
Not then.
Yeah. So how difficult is it for you as a filmmaker to still maintain that boundary, because you're still talking about very sensitive things and you don't know what are you catering to whom at what point and who's going to get offended with what?
But Astha, I know, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. I was talking about Astha in the film and that's the line came in. Sorry, I know. That can happen on any film, no?
Yeah.
कोई भी फिल्म पे किसी भी लाइन पे कोई मुद्दा उठा के सवाल उठा सकता है. In like you're saying in today's times, you don't know.
Yeah.
आप कोई भी फिल्म में एक हस्बैंड वाइफ की ड्रामा फिल्म उठा लो और उस पर कोई लाइन ऑब्जेक्शनेबल हो और कोई बोले यार ये लाइन क्यों बोल दी, ये गलत है.
Right.
जी, when you do it on religion, of course even more, and I've been made to realize that, of course, very clearly. The intent, जब आपकी intent है कि I am not making it for a controversy, I am not making it to hurt anybody, forget religion, I am not making it to hurt only anybody.
Yeah.
I am making it to convey a message about blind faith. I'm making it to convey a message about a man who stood for women. And एक डेविड गुलायत की कहानी कह रहा हूँ मैं. तो मैं बोला यार मैं बनाई अलग मुद्दे के लिए रहा था, ये तो मुद्दा मैंने दिखा ही नहीं. और एक्चुअली जेन्युइनली आई मीन मैं मूर्ख हूँ कि नहीं देखा, बट आई डिडंट सी इट, आई डिडंट लुक एट इट फ्रॉम दैट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बिकॉज दैट वाज नॉट माय टेक. माय इंटेंट टिल टुडे हैज नेवर बीन टू हर्ट एनीबॉडी एंड आई वुड नेवर डू दैट. But let me ask you, you've seen the film, what did you think of it?
Really liked it, but in the start, yes, I agree, you need to give the film time. But what adds on to it personally, what I feel is before the film's release, there was a lot of chatter about the film. तो हम वो film को misinterpret कर लेते हैं.
Correct.
You tend to kind of, come to your conclusions before actually watching it.
So that's what. Now don't transcreate it, translate it.
Yeah.
Let it don't judge a book by its cover. Saying है तो वही हुआ हमारे साथ. Unfortunately, because when people have seen the film, they've understood कि यार किसी की भी intention, चाहे वो यश राज हो, चाहे मैं हूँ, चाहे actors हो, चाहे writers हो, किसी की भी intention is not to make a film to start hurting people.
Right.
You make films to entertain people, to make them laugh, to make them cry, और एक सीख मिल जाए end में ना. You take away something from the film, which changes your life in a way for the better. Then you've reached home, फिर आपने कुछ कर दिया.
It has some really good underlying messages for sure. But Junaid, I have to ask you, do you feel this sense of pressure to kind of prove yourself with every opportunity that you're getting?
I mean, I feel that that's probably for everybody, right, in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every part is a new challenge, and every time you have to do your best. I mean, I think that's across the board for like
everything.
For you also, sir, I'm sure.
Every time you start off from zero and then you start walking up.
But what I mean to say is when you're coming from a certain place of privilege or certain, from the industry, you've grown up seeing your father, be this superstar. Do you still feel like, okay, every opportunity that I get, I need to give my best, otherwise there will be fingers on me, there'll be questions on me, and you've done it so well in Maharaj and people are loving you for it.
So far, people have actually been very kind to me. Yeah. At least whatever people have told me.
And what they've written so far,
So, no, but perhaps maybe in the future.
No, I'm sure that won't happen, seeing your performance.
But Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Also, I have to ask that, guy of today, and you were not on social media. I know for the film you lost like 30 kgs,
Yeah.
and usually people put out.
5. That's a bit of a.
अच्छा 5 किलो कम कर दे ठीक है 25 किलो भी बहुत होते हैं
Also,
Yeah.
it was across 2 years. Some of it was not necessarily for the film.
Yeah.
लंबी कहानी है वो.
But people put it out there. That's the strategy. That's how PR works. Like, they put a transformation. They say how they speak about, this is what I did for the role. But you're not out there
But
putting
I
yourself.
think it is out there. You can see it in the film.
Yeah, in the film for sure. But you know what I mean, like not being on social media, you're not someone who I see coming out of parties, getting papped, being called for spottings. What is the strategy that you're
I don't see him
adapting?
going to parties only when he's coming out मुश्किल होगा
What is, like the typical.
For good stories, I'm doing a whole bunch of stage. Hopefully, we'll continue to do a whole bunch of stage. I have a show September 1st.
NCPA experimental
NCP experimental. Play called Strictly Unconventional. Since I've seen it.
yeah
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm looking for fun stuff to do and trying to keep it at that.
Yeah, you don't get affected by all the glamour or the peripherals of
not
the
at all
craft.
not at all
Really? You can
Not-
vouch for that.
yeah not at I've known him for 4 years now not at all
Yeah.
he's living his life on his own terms. He's very content, he's very happy,
Yeah.
and he's very sincere in working and what he wants in life. He's happy shooting every day. You give him to shoot or you make him perform every day on theatre, he'll be happy.
Yeah, most certainly.
Yeah.
Because the first time you see Junaid, you feel like कितना simple है. Like
Yeah.
it's very, बहुत simplicity है. So where is that coming from?
I don't know.
It's just the way you are.
Yeah, I guess like I never got on to Instagram only. It was never a thing. It never
Yeah.
happened only to be given Instagram. Yeah, I don't know.
And no FOMO is also happening there, so that's great.
No.
I've told him so many times. He says नहीं मुझे नहीं आना.
Love that.
ऐसे आजा भाई पूरी दुनिया है.
Yeah, पूरी दुनिया है.
नहीं
Exactly.
आना. He's happy. He's very content, and he's actually. We have to learn from him because he's actually concentrating on his work and making the most quality time of the day. Instead of I spend half my time on the phone, more than half my time.
Yeah.
He spends quality time with his people, with people he likes,
Yeah.
and that's what he wants to do.
What does a day in your life look like?
It depends if I'm shooting or not shooting.
If you're not
if I'm
shooting.
working or not. If I'm not doing anything, I normally wake up late.
Yeah.
Maybe I will go to the gym. If I'm really not doing anything, then I will not.
Not do anything. And when you're in character, you're in character.
Fully.
But sir, I also have to ask you about Jaideep Alawat.
Ji.
Like, he is not here unfortunately,
Yeah.
but like I just loved him in the film, and he has really little lines. He's a man of few words. His character is a man of few words, but still he's bringing out that impact with his silence, with his body language.
Yeah.
What was your brief to him?
My brief when we were written the film only is that वो silence, because that silence means he considers that you all are mortals. What do you all know? I am supreme in terms of my body.
Yeah.
मेरे सबसे सुंदर बॉडी है, सबसे सुंदर दिमाग है, सबसे ज्ञानी दिमाग है. तो तुम लोग मूर्ख हो, तुम लोग को आता ही क्या है? So why should I waste my time replying to you all? I'll just smile and say, करो जो करना है.
Yeah.
The only 2 times he actually raises his voice is once in the court, once when there's a confrontation between them and it's raining. But besides that, he will never raise his voice. He'll be smiling and say, do what you want. It's all right. It doesn't make me a difference because you don't know what you're doing. And he played it so beautifully. I think Jaideep Alawat is one of the best actors we have in this country.
Yeah.
And Jaideep sir has given his life to this film. I mean, not only from a transformation point of view, to find the Maharaj's tone, वो क्या करेगा, उसकी body language क्या होगी. A lot of interaction between Junnu and him. So he's contributed a lot to the film.
Absolutely.
And I'm really, really grateful because I think after Irfan Khan, if there's any actor you can put to that pedestal, it is Jaideep Alawat. He's just outstanding.
He'll be so happy to hear this.
I keep telling him I'm a huge fan of Jaideep bhai. I mean, I
Yeah.
love him and I sincerely love him. Yeah.
Junaid, but I have to ask you, like you said, you've been doing theatre. what was it like to face the camera and give a shot for the very first time? What was that feeling like?
There are obviously differences. I remember actually our first day of shoot was quite a packed, tight
Yeah,
day
you
with
bet.
like a very dramatic post-lunch shoot. So the morning I was mostly worried about that.
Yeah.
It went smoothly, but no, there are a whole bunch of technical.
Yeah, we
differences.
gave him the toughest shoot on the first day.
Oh, it was the toughest. Which scene was that?
One of the toughest.
Yeah, one of the toughest.
One of the
Yeah,
toughest.
yeah.
It was after he comes home from the Holi when he's already
When he's
seen
seen the Charan Seva.
the Charan Seva and he's come
yes.
home.
So you're high on emotions.
Yeah, so that was the second half of the first day.
Okay.
Coming in, going to his room. So that was day one. And second half, so first half was breezy that way. But no, there are a whole bunch of technical differences. You don't necessarily need to project as much. Maintaining focus on a film set is much harder than when you're on stage. Because in a play, once the play starts, there's a certain rhythm to it that you've rehearsed, and then there's nothing stopping it, you're just going. So there's a focus to, okay, one thing happening after the other, that you know the beats you have, you know when you have a couple of minutes off,
Yes.
and you have exactly those couple of minutes off.
Yes.
There's a rhythm to a show. But on stage, there's complete chaos, and then all of a sudden there's silence, and somebody goes like action, and then you have to perform. So those are, I mean, there are lots of. I mean, I can go on and on about them.
Welcome to the film world, is what I can
Thank you,
say.
Anna, thank you.
But
Thank you.
lastly, before I leave, I have to ask you what was Aamir Khan's reaction probably seeing Maharaj, and also he's been so cognizant of the choices that he's made in his career. Is that the kind of path that you also feel like you want to follow?
He liked the film.
liked the film,
He
yeah.
liked the film quite a bit actually.
Yeah.
But when he watches something, he watches to enjoy. So his own work he's very critical of.
Yeah.
But when he watches something, he doesn't look at it from the eyes, from a critical eye. He looks at it from wanting to love it. So my mom also really liked it actually.
Yeah.
She's the harder bar to clear.
Oh, more critical.
Yeah. My mom is just definitely the harder bar to clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's always encouraged all of us kids, his kids, to do whatever makes them happy and whatever they feel like.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm happy to do all sorts of good stories.
Do you go
work with
for
fun
acting
directors.
advice? to him?
Sometimes, but has to be. So he doesn't normally just give advice. So if you have any specific question about something very particular, then
Right.
and he'll have always fantastic advice for it.
Yeah, we can vouch on that.
Yeah, you bet.
But thank you so much for chatting with us. It was a lovely film and
Thank
lovely
you.
performance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have to wish you all the best for everything that's coming in the future, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.